Welcome to another episode of Tyler's Yarns. Today we got with a lot of people asking me, they wanted Brooke back on the podcast, so I got her back on today. Say hi, Brooke.
Back by popular demand.
Yeah, everyone was like, where's Brooke? So I was like, oh, she's going to come in for this little podcast where it's a bunch of Q&A. We're going to get into a bunch of personal stuff as well. But yeah, do you want to start? The start off by saying, what's one good thing that happened to you this week?
One good thing that happened to me this week was I went to the Meat and Wine Company. I don't know if you've been there in the city, but it's like a super nice kind of meat place. And that shit was dope. Real nice. Super nice meat. Like the best calamari I've had ever. Even though it's a meat place. What about you? What was something good that happened to you this week?
A lot. No. I went for a swim this morning. I haven't swum in probably 2 years. I've come from a swimming background as well, so it was pretty nice going for a swim. Yeah. And my body's so sore after it now. And I smell like chlorine all day, which is thing I used to be
better than normal.
See, that's why everyone wants you back.
Yeah, just one liner.
One line Brooke.
Yeah, that's good. So back in swimming, seen you doing a bit of running recently.
Yeah, I've been smashing the running. Train. Yeah, so I think I told it in the last podcast, but I said I had a stress fracture. But yeah, just getting back into running and fitness again and being actual consistent rather than being lazy can't.
Yeah, I think that's good though. I've seen on your Instagram, pretty much the past week, you're getting up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, because I used to be waking up at around 4:30 just because, I used to wake up at 4:30 and then I used to get into the office by 7 and then obviously I pick all the orders in the morning for everyone. But yeah, that's the time before our morning meeting. Yeah. So it's just I have to sort of wake up at that time if I wanted to get into work pretty early. And I do enjoy mornings rather than nights. I pretty much go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I used to run in the morning, but I've recently, the past 2 weeks, I've been running straight after work.
Yeah, I reckon you definitely run faster after work.
Way funner, man. No. Yeah, I just like running because it's by the time I get home, it's 6.
It's already dark, you know?
Yeah, it's dark, and I like running in the dark. I don't know what it is.
And yeah, but I feel when you run at night, you start, you can't sleep probably because you're so endorphined up.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I feel
find the opposite. I feel I'm
What time do you go to bed?
10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
8 is
yeah, I'm lying in bed by 8:30.
Yeah, no, that's way too
TikToks
early.
And shit.
Yeah, but then you're on TikTok for 2
hours.
I'm
only on TikTok till 9.
If I'm on TikTok, man, I'm on TikTok till 1.
Yeah, you're terrible.
Yeah, I'm addicted.
You always do that.
What?
You always stay late.
I'm just a night owl, I think.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. When I wake up in the mornings, consistently, I'm all right, though.
You know? So, I'm just building up my body clock at the moment, and I'm not really drinking for, the next month and a bit.
That's good.
So, it's just, making sure, my fitness is good. Yeah. Not drinking. If you know me, I love getting on the piss. So,
got any fitness goals kind of in the future there?
Yeah, so pretty much at the end of the year, I'm doing the half marathon with Hans. Hans is a good friend of mine. That'll be pretty fun. And
I'm doing the half marathon too, Melbourne.
Come join. Join us. But I'll do the full marathon for that. And then just normal goals. I joined this new fitness gym just up the road in Melbourne called Fusion Fitness. And they do a whole bunch of group sessions. I'm not plugging them or anything, but it's pretty cheap. Yeah. It's $40 a week. You can do as many sessions as you want.
This guy, may I remember when it used to be a $12 gym membership, $40 cheap ass.
A few years ago, I was like, $11, it's fucking rip off, man. But yeah, joined that gym. First session back, first session I did with him because my mate is also a trainer there, so I was like, I'll just come join him. Yeah. But it started I thought I was gonna pass out, but I started just spewing everywhere mid-session, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm unfit. Yeah. I thought I was way fitter than that.
I could have told you that.
Yeah.
Just me roasting you. Yeah. What's your kilometer time? Your realistic one, not your actual oh yeah, I could run a 3-minute 30 time.
No, when I'm it depends when I'm peak running. At the moment.
Right now, what's your time right now?
Probably fucking 4:45 for Ks. For
Really?
A 5K or 6K or 7K. But that's just me not really running. I've only got back into running 2 weeks. So it's slow.
I'm like a 6 minute. That's actually that's faster than what I actually am. 6:30. Yeah.
So move on to some questions.
Yeah, we're going to get into some.
These are all pretty much questions that we've had from all the recent things we put on our Instagram. A whole bunch of people just randomly asking us questions during the week and stuff. So we just added it all into a lot of personal questions today as well.
Yeah, I think, should we do all the personal ones first, or you think mix them in?
I think mix in between. Yeah. So personal, then vintage.
So maybe we'll do some vintage ones first.
Yeah.
So I've got at the moment, what's your rarest pieces that you have in your collection, or just maybe even in the warehouse? I know that we got a few extra pieces in this week.
That's a hard one because I've got a lot of rare pieces. I got Pulp Fictions, I got rap tees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably the one that's rare as in what? Rare as in value, or rare as in value to me?
I would say this is all the person has given me.
Yeah, but if you were to ask the question, what
I
would you say?
Let's say rarest to you, because I think people would like that more.
Oh man, that's a hard one. Probably my Pulp Fiction tee, I reckon. Or I've got a Salt and Pepper rap tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my two main ones.
Two main ones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or if you see me, so I've got my three main ones actually. So I always wear the white t-shirt if you see our TikToks and stuff with the dog on it. That's like a Nike ACG. That's one of my favorite tees, and it's boxy as fuck. So it's the best fitting one. Nice.
Well, I'll tell them mine. Not that they ask. I'm really into Patriot stuff.
This is a Q&A for Tyler. Just kidding.
Hey, I pretty much make this show. Mate, 2 people this week were like, "Oh, Brooke, man, you got to get back on the podcast."
Miss you, man.
Have you another a vintage one?
So your Patriots, you're there's not that many rare Patriots ones though.
Dude, there's actually, we barely get them in. There's actually, I took photos of 5 of them today, but there's none of my size. And people come in, they ask just for Patriots. Because we're making moves. We're making moves this next season.
Making moves.
What's one style in vintage that you really dislike?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
One style in vintage I really dislike.
I got one.
Go on.
No, you tell yours first. Do you have one?
Yeah, probably I don't know. I don't really have one.
Well, I'll tell you mine. Mine is when people purposely put holes and stuff in their shirts.
Let's say the question again. That's not the question. What style? A style's hard rock or polo and stuff?
No, I was thinking more how people style vintage.
Maybe we can answer in both ways.
Yeah, well, right. I would say I don't like when people style them they buy any type of t-shirt, but they cut it and put holes and shit in them.
Yeah, no, that's my pet hate. So when people have an expensive rock tee or expensive rap tee, and then they cut the sleeves at half the value, and then they cut the bottom of it to make it a crop, I'm fucking beauty. There's already a $500 gone.
Yeah.
We used to go through all these bales back in the start that had heaps of rap tees and rock tees and stuff like that, and they're all just full cut sleeves and stuff like that, and they just decrease the value so much. You're rap tee, then it's cut sleeves.
But also, if I did that and I really liked it, go off,
Yeah, but if you're gonna put it in a Goodwill bin after, it's not valuable for us,
Yeah, I get it. I don't like it, but I'm saying if someone did it, if someone bought a t-shirt from our store and did it, I wouldn't be mad.
No, but that's my final answer. A group that I dislike. Probably polo stuff at the moment. Not really fucking with polo. Oh no, Tommy. Yeah, I changed my answer. I don't really like Tommy stuff anymore.
Why? That's right now. You're just trying to go against the grain, because now everyone's on the Tommy train. Everyone's
on the whole mix branded train at the moment. But I just don't really like Tommy. I don't even own a Tommy tee.
But you do.
I own polo tees. I own sports team tees. I own everything else, but Tommy tees. So
yeah, but you do go through your periods though of like wearing them.
Like, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like this time last year, I had maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Tommy tees.
Yeah. So there's some juicy personal questions here.
All right, go on.
So, we've kind of gone through that, but maybe like something like, what's your work-life balance and just like your balance with your personal life and work life? How's that going?
So I'm definitely trying to be get into this. Like I'm trying to like build a work-life balance because probably by the end of last year, I burnt out. Yeah. And we can get into that later. But I was burning out. And I was like, at the end of last year, I was like, I need a work-life balance. So I need to like make sure I'm just going to social stuff, make sure I'm seeing friends, not just spending all my time at work, you know what I mean?
But also just having alone time as well.
Yeah, having alone time as well. But it was pretty much to a point where I was like working maybe 13, 14 hours, then going out with my friends for dinner and then end up getting on the piss or whatever, and then like waking up the next day and doing it again, you know? Yeah. It was just like too much. And I really had no time to myself.
Yeah, and then going into that as well, that like with all that stress, it kind of builds up a bit of a mental like struggles as well. Like you start having like mental battles with yourself, maybe like
because by the end of last year I was I had to take 2 weeks off of work because of I full had like there was this one day I just like broke down and had a full panic attack. It was so weird, like couldn't even move, like my body was like full shaking and I was like I fucking need to go to the hospital. Like I was like and that's what the point where I was just like what the hell is going on. Then the next day I got all blood tests and stuff and then the blood test showed up like I was all fine. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. But then, I went to go see a psychiatrist and they were just like, it's fucking just like stress and anxiety pretty much. It's like built into like, which is like huge just because there's so much pressure on me. Yeah. Back at the end of last year, I was just doing way too much. And I think like now everyone's sort of picked up the load, which is good.
I think that, like going with mental health issues and stuff, it's important to recognize that everyone does go through it at some stage. And the
problem was I thought I was like invincible as well. I was like, no, that's not fucking happening to me. And then I was just like, when it happened, I was like, fuck, got so much respect for like everyone going through depression and shit like that.
Yeah. And I think that it's important to like publicly say that, you know what, I was struggling and I needed help, and everyone stood up and like kind of gave me some space and stuff.
Yeah, especially because before that I was like 3 years I was working straight. I didn't even have a holiday. Yeah. And it was just like, and we couldn't really work because of COVID and stuff. But I didn't really have a holiday that whole time, and I was just like, burn the fuck out pretty much.
I think that like there's a lot of kids who come into the store kind of looking up to you, a lot of younger kids who like come in from high school.
Every week as well, you know.
And I think it's good to be like, hey, you know what? I struggle with it too. And like a lot of people do, and just bring awareness to that. So I think it's good that we touched on it. But I think...
Yeah, because I'm starting to feel a bit like it's taken me, honestly, like 3 months to get back to normal. Like nearly 4 months now. And I'm only just starting to feel myself again. Yeah. Like that's to put it in perspective. And it's probably like been like a detriment to the business for the start of this year. Like me not being like 100% there. But you guys picked up the slack, which... still good.
Yeah. And I think we'll do like a bigger episode this on maybe like a mental health week.
Yeah. For sure.
But let's get into some happier questions.
Happy podcast.
Yeah. So how do you style different types of vintage? So let's say like sports. Tell me how you style it right now.
Sports. No, it's different. I think the way I sort of style stuff is like if it's an oversized tee, like if it's like a tight tee, I'd like to tuck it in. Yeah. With big baggy pants or whatever. All my pants are sort of baggy anyways. Yeah. But yeah, color coordinate it. Like I'd be like whites and denims. Like if it's like a tight tee. Yeah.
I like what you do with like mock necks and stuff.
Yeah. Like having mock necks under t-shirts or sweaters. Yeah. Crew necks that are like a bit boxier look cool. And especially heading into winter now, I think it's like going to be a vibe. Yeah. Like, I'm not sure how long that vest trend has got left and stuff. I think it's sort of dying off, but
I think it will come back.
Yeah.
I think there's like a big like puffer kind of trend at the moment.
Yeah, people are loving the puffers, like all North Face puffers. It would be nice to get a whole bunch of just North Face, like Nipsey Nipsey puffers, which are those big ones, the vintage style ones.
Yeah, I want one of them.
Yeah. So there's all the vintage ones of those ones are cool.
Yeah. So what is like wearing or preserving vintage?
So
like
would you rather wear or preserve your vintage item?
Right.
With value on. I'm guessing that's what it means.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much with my stuff, like I've got a whole 2 boxes of Quicksilver tees that don't fit me underneath my bed.
Creepy, man.
Yeah, just because I collect them, so they're like my collector's items.
Yeah.
Like I don't really collect too much other stuff.
Yeah.
Except like Mambo shit. I used to collect rap tees and like rock tees and stuff, but I sold them all off. So I think Quicksilver is my only like staple like collection pieces now.
So you do both.
Yeah, so I savor those ones. But if like, yeah, because I've got a vintage store, so it's hard to like say, oh yeah, I'm going to savor this piece. You know what I mean?
Just put it up on the wall anyway.
Yeah, because I'd be like, oh, yeah, like I can just get something similar. You know what I mean? Because so much items are coming through the day, like during the day. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm all about wearing
your
stuff.
I'm all about wearing, but it depends. Like if it's about to like fall apart, like a t-shirt, and it holds heaps of value to you, like where you could just hang it on your wall.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to, hanging t-shirts on the wall again. Yeah,
that would be sick. Oh yeah, with that as well, like I heard that you are moving.
Yeah. So I got a 1-bedroom place.
Excited.
I think it's good because it's going to be good because it's going to like be a new chapter as well. And
new beginning.
Yeah.
Fresh start.
It'll be interesting to live by myself. I've always lived with flatmates or girlfriend or whatever, you know what I mean?
I think it will be good for you.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Be chill.
Should be good fun.
And it'd be good just to have your own space, I think.
Definitely.
It's just nice to relax and actually relax.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, just around the corner, right?
Just around the corner.
So that'll be good. So you can just come into the store.
So it's pretty exciting. So you signed a new lease within like 3 days or something. Got it done quick. I was like, in and out. Sorted.
Nice. But your old house was pretty nice though.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Good ads backyard.
Yeah. But. All right. How do you find vintage store, like your vintage store, while you go off like traveling and picking stuff? So how do you find? I'm guessing. How do you find that? Is it hard, difficult?
Like when I go picking?
Yeah.
Like go overseas and pick?
Yeah.
Is it hard to like leave the vintage store?
I guess. Like I think what they're trying to say is like, is it? Do you find it like a difficult process to have to leave it all in someone else's hands, I guess?
Nah. I think you got to have trust in the team.
Yeah.
Like, do you mean like, oh, I leave and then you guys are struggling?
I don't really know what they mean.
I reckon, let's say that. All right. So, yeah, I think, I got trust in you guys to do the right thing. If I was to go to like the US and pick, I think I'd have trust in you guys for the week that I'm gone to sort it out.
That's happening soon as well, eh?
Yeah, it's happening in next month. But yeah, like even now we're going to have to plan for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We have to have TikToks ready and like Instagram ready.
Yeah. I'll be the big boss though.
You'll be the big boss when you leave.
Boss everyone around. Do this, do that. I'll just be Tyler. Just watching.
Just doing nothing.
All right. So, got any like real world things on the news that's happening that's impacting you? Have you been watching the Amber Heard Johnny?
Fuck, you
Johnny
love that.
Depp case? So good. I'm hooked.
Tell me about it. Come on.
So basically, they just did today the cross-examination of Amber Heard.
Yeah.
And she's pretty much getting fucked.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I reckon they're just both as worse as each other, but I think like drug-fueled relationships like that never end well. But she didn't have to like come out like a few years ago being like, oh, and then like Johnny Depp got cancelled for it.
Yeah.
You know, like that didn't need to happen. It was just sort of like.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're saying that Johnny Depp never even hit her.
Yeah. And but like it's just like a drug-fueled relationship like that would be.
Yeah.
Like, I guess abusive as fuck.
When you have like that much money and stuff. But she, like a lot of people online are saying that she's ruining
Johnny Depp's.
No, that she's ruining like the women who really do speak out against sexual assault, which is kind of a bummer, but it's so interesting to watch. But it really does put into perspective like how fucked up that relationship was.
Yeah.
But so
that's what I was saying before. It's like full just drug feud.
Yeah.
Like they're talking. Most of those hearings are like, oh, cocaine, beers,
yeah,
mega pints.
Well, I got to get me a mega pint of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. Any other world news? Anything in the vintage community that you want to talk about? Nothing.
Things in the vintage community.
I know that you're following heavily the Australian election. Nah, go on.
No, I'm not. We can't even vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even vote because I'm from New Zealand.
Neither.
Got it.
Such a bummer.
Oh, well. Fucking, I don't know. They're both all shit, to be honest. I've heard everyone's side of the story, and apparently everyone who's going to run the country is going to be shit anyway, so.
Yeah. I don't think Australia really cares. What about the vintage community? Any goals?
Nothing in the vintage community. I'm actually buying a cool Nike chair, which is going to be the next guest in our podcast.
Who's that?
It's going to be Tom Jessup, so he's going to talk
Love
about...
that guy.
Yeah. He's an OG of vintage in Melbourne.
He did that About That store?
Yeah, About That store right at the start. So I was going to About That store in... Fuck, it would have been like 2012 or 2013 when they started the store. So it would be, I'm keen as to just like break down the interview and talk about all that stuff. I reckon it's going to be vibe stuff because I'm like super interested in seeing what happened.
Yeah, me too.
Don't really know the full story as well.
I'll definitely pay attention heavily to that podcast. I think that's going to be really interesting. What's something that you're like proud of right now?
Proud of right now?
Like in this moment, not to do with work, just like, let's say personal growth.
Personal growth, stuff I'm excited about. Well, just sorting out a new place and stuff. And I've really it's going to be exciting living by myself because I've never done it before. Yeah. And just like everything that's going to come with that,
And the exercising.
Everything's close. Like life's good.
Getting your shit together, man.
Not much else I can ask for. I'm breathing, man.
New nails though.
New nails. Got the checker to do.
How do you like it?
That's good. Just a new nails, new me, man.
Oh man, new hair as well. Shaved, gone the baldy.
Gone the baldy as well. And we're gonna get we're doing a vlog next week. We're gonna be doing secret, but we're gonna be doing the bleach.
Secret as.
And then we're gonna do. I think I might get smiley faces or flowers on my hair.
All right. What's your thoughts on single stitch versus double stitch? I don't know if we've had this question before, but what's your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm not a single stitch or double stitch head. Like I know there's a lot of people that love single stitch. So it's pretty much, if you don't know what single stitch is, it's like stitching on the sleeve of your shirt and there's one stitch, or there's two stitches. And most of one stitches are done before the 1997. So most single stitches are 1997, but it doesn't really tell if your piece is vintage or not anyways. Yeah. So I don't really care for it. Yeah. As long as the shirt fits, man. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I think a lot of people care about it, so surprised that you don't.
No, I don't really care about it. I'm just about how the shirt fits. Is it boxy? Yeah. That's all. Yeah, I'm all about that boxy fit, man.
Your new apartment, does it have like a balcony?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's a story for you. So I keep going. Yeah, I keep having these weird dreams. Yeah. Like, because I'm moving into a new apartment. I just lived in a house. Yeah. But yeah, I moved into a new apartment, and I keep having this dream that I'm just gonna sleepwalk because I'm like a massive sleepwalker, and I get sleep paralysis and shit. So I like see demons in my sleep. Like, do you know when you're like lying in bed and then you see people in the corner? Like that happens to me like multiple times a week.
Maybe you go to someone in your house, man. Yeah.
But then so I keep having this reoccurring dream that I'm just gonna sleepwalk off the balcony and die.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. It's happened like 6 times before, like this week, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put like a fence on your balcony.
No, so the balcony has a fence, a thing, which is fine. Then I was like, yeah, that's me.
That's good.
So I don't have that dream again,
Imagine that. Imagine if I came into work and someone was like, oh, he walked off the balcony. Well, what a shit way to die.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much finished all the questions. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but like you going through you had a bit of a hard week this week.
Very hard week
with
for Tyler.
If you want to get into it, I don't know. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but you got dumped.
Yeah, got dumped. Me and my girlfriend broke up. That's why I'm moving into the apartment. But it's just going to be a new chapter. End on good terms, so be interesting. Big 5-year relationship, so back to being single, moving on. Time to move on.
Moving on. And one last question. The business at the moment, like, is there something that you're really looking forward to in the future?
The buying trip. I haven't fucking done a buying trip in like 3 years. That's like the reason why me and Stu love it so much, is because we just love buying. Because it's good, just fucking fun as going through the bales and shit. Especially because we're going through like really good stuff all the time, and we're like picking the best of the best.
Yeah.
That's why it's so good.
Sweet.
But that's what I'm really looking forward to, and that's like middle of July I'm going to be going. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So that's some exciting stuff. That's pretty much all our questions for today. Pretty personal podcast.
Brooke's going to hit you with some clickbait on the YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be, did Tyler break up with his girlfriend? Nah.
Anyways.
It will be like, Tyler got dumped.
All right, sweet.
All right.
Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave us a review on Spotify. Leave us a review on iTunes and stuff like that, just because it boosts up our viewing.
We're on Apple as well, Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can subscribe now to Apple Podcast and follow us on Spotify.
Yeah, and Spotify you can give us reviews as well, which would be huge help for us, because we're going to start going crazy. We're going to start doing clips on TikTok as well. So
yeah. And we want more guests as well. So if you can recommend even like smaller vintage places.
Yeah, on
just make sure.
Not even vintage, just general startups. This is going to be mainly a startup podcast. We've just decided, and like talking about our business.
And just like getting into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, get into the nitty gritty, because not all sunshines and rainbows sometimes, but when it is, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a business owner is hard, but it's fun.
So maybe get them to DM us. And Ashley will get back to them and we'll set up a time maybe that we could do a podcast.
Yeah, sweet.
Awesome.
And it's going to be at my new crib, so it's going to look fucking dope.
All right.
See ya.